Hi guys, and welcome to my vlog. Today I'm very excited to be publishing another video and to be talking to you about belief systems and how they can impact your relationship. Now, the belief systems I'm talking about are your own personal beliefs about what you deserve, what you're worthy of, whether you believe you are worthy to be loved, what kind of love you deserve, and that sort of thing. And for me personally, I can actually say that my beliefs about myself have changed dramatically over the last few years. When I was in primary school, I was very confident, I was very cocky, I was a prefect, I was an athlete. I think I was captain of athletics, I played netball, I also played hockey. So I was a sprinter. I did the 100 meters. I was also a relay. I ran in the relay. I also did the hurdles. So I was, so I was quite, quite confident. And I took that confidence with me right into high school, which had detrimental results because I was bullied for the first 2 years of high school. I didn't have any friends. I was actually quite isolated, and I went to a boarding school, so I didn't have any friends. Nobody wanted to play with me. Nobody wanted to, hang out with me. So it was very difficult. I had one friend, and our relationship was not very healthy, in retrospect. And it created certain beliefs about myself. I had really bad acne, really, really bad acne. So in the middle of being bullied and the acne, my body image, confidence plummeted. And I carried this with me right into my 20s, and feelings of, not feeling like you're worthy, not feeling like you could rely on anybody. It was very difficult for me to actually be able to rely on people, primarily because I was so isolated for the first 2 years of high school. And it formed, I suppose it made me stronger, but it also made it very difficult, or makes it very difficult for me to be able to reach out and ask for help. So it's something that I'm personally working on. So the things that I believed about myself, going into varsity and into dating, for that matter, were formed pretty much quite early on. And it could make sense why, my shock factor when I was dating that guy who locked me in his house, my shock factor wasn't that high. I think that makes sense. As to why I put up with that. And I know I'm laughing now. And I would say when I made the decision to give my life to Christ, I think that was also the defining moment in terms of belief systems. I think I was in my mid-20s at that time. And even then, I found it very difficult to reconcile myself with, or rather to reconcile the fact that God loved me, even despite the person that I was. I found it very difficult to accept God's love for me. I think for maybe the first 4 years, it was a massive challenge for me to accept that God could love a person like me. Because even in my relationship with friends, with family, boyfriends, that not feeling worthy translated, and it filtered into those relationships. So what I decided to do, because obviously you're going to church, you're hearing about how much God loves you, how much God has blessed you, how much God, has made a great plan for your life and sees a great future for you. When you don't feel you're worthy of that future, you don't feel you're worthy of that love, it eats at you, because you're struggling to reconcile that with what you believe about yourself. And even though, like, for example, I thank God for my family. We are such a loving family. If you've ever met us and hung out with us, love is something that is so tangible within my family. And even then, I didn't feel I was worthy of their love. So what I decided to do is, I think I was about 25 or 26 at that point in time, I decided to take a year off relationships, not date anybody, and just really focus and concentrate on trying to understand what it is that God saw in me that was worthy of Him loving me. And I didn't date anyone. I literally, it was a transitional year for me. I lost quite a lot of friends, and I will be the first to say I was in quite a few toxic friendships. And, some of my friends couldn't understand what I was going through, couldn't understand the change or the transition. So I had to lose some of my friends. And in that time, I actually got to understand a little bit more. I learned a lot about who God is and why he loves me so much and what he has in store for me. And I had to learn to love myself. So I had to reprogram my mind to see myself the way God sees me, to see myself the way my friends and my family sees me. A lot of people will say things about me and I'll be shocked, So, I'm still working through some of some of my belief systems. I would say I've made a great improvement in terms of who I am now and what I believe about myself now. And I just want to pose a question to you. And this is something you can think about. Who lied to you the first time? What was the first lie somebody said about you that you believed? What is the one lie that you keep carrying around with you about yourself even today? And what is it going to take for you to silence the people that have lied to you? And that person could even be you. It could be an adult. It could be a peer. It could be some random human being who said something to you and that you've carried that lie with you. What is it going to take for you to stop believing the lies? To start changing your belief system. To start realizing that within you is an amazing human being who's destined to change the world. What's it going to take?